immediately. So Donald Trump posted this earlier saying, my statement on the Washington Redskins has totally blown up, but only in the most positive way. I may put a restriction on them if they do not change their name back to the original Washington Redskins and get rid of the ridiculous moniker Washington Commanders. I won't make a deal for them to build a stadium in Washington. The team would be much more valuable, and the deal would be more exciting for everyone. Cleveland should do the same with the Cleveland Indians. The owner of the Cleveland baseball team, Matt Dolan, who is very political, has lost 3 elections in a row because of that ridiculous name change. What he doesn't understand is that if he changed the name back to the Cleveland Indians, he might actually win an election. Indians are being treated very unfairly. Make Indians great again. I don't know what Donald Trump is doing today on Sunday because we're only 7 weeks away from the NFL season. But Donald Trump wants the Washington Redskins name back. He wants to be able to help them build a stadium in D.C. And we all may be able to get the original Washington Redskins name back. You let me know in the comments. Do you want the Washington Redskins name? And do you want the Cleveland Indians name back as well?
Slim, do we get the Redskins back?
That'd be dope. I think it was bullshit in the first place to change the name, so I think it'll be dope. It'll be historical.
What about you, Heaven?
I think it would be a waste of money. Like, look, they already had to go through the whole thing to change it. Then they got to go back and go through and change it all over, like change it all back. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. At the end of the day, for it, like, can we just keep it moving into more important shit? You the president. Are you on the list, bitch? The fuck you worried about motherfucking sports names? Give me that list, bitch. Sorry, I ain't gonna let that go. I want to know all the Democrats and Republicans on that bitch. I want to know everybody on that bitch who's messing with children, because it ain't a lie. There's somebody sitting in prison. So somebody was getting these children. I want to know. I ain't gonna drop it.
Doc?
So.
I think Kelly said, I'm from DC. Native Americans were proud. It wasn't a slur. I don't think DC got the biggest Native American population, Kelly, just in my opinion. But I know a lot of Native Americans, and Native Americans did take offense to the name Redskins. And I seen Bomani Jones one time wore that same shirt, but instead of Redskins, he had it say Caucasians. And white people was outraged when it was the Caucasians. You see what I'm saying? So you can't put something in and love it when it's for you and when it's not working against you. They ain't want it to be the Washington Caucasians. It shouldn't be the Washington Redskins. I mean, I be seeing people say, oh, yeah. I mean, do I think it would be more profitable for the team? Yeah, of course. I think all of that. But I ain't about to let them change the Atlanta Falcons to the Atlanta niggas. So, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want them changing the Washington Commanders to the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? My brother in the comments talking about name 2 natives you know. You don't know none, motherfucker. So be quiet. But no, I mean, we you know, I do know people. I lived out in Kansas for a while, and I do know people who are Native American. The Pueblos who were in El Paso, I know a large number of them. I worked at a casino at one point, and people did take offense to that. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of Native Americans and names in Maryland. And I think I've been in a lot of reservations, and they like the name change. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure,
I think it's important when it comes to that to respect everybody. And if Native Americans feel like that was a slur, just like the Inuits, an Eskimo is a slur.
But when was the Washington Redskins created as a team?
During segregation.
That's when it was? Were
they probably not, but I could almost bet. Okay,
because my thing is they were the Washington Redskins all these years. They had plenty of black players that basically succeeded.
1932.
Yeah, I looked it up, yeah.
So they've been the Redskins since then. And all of a sudden, they've been the Commanders for about, 4-5 years? And it's just so much outrage? Like that, y'all don't find that kind of weird?
I had the right to get, abortion care for the miscarriages I had for, I don't know, what was that, 60 years, and the Supreme Court just ruled that I don't have the right to do that anymore. So
No, but my point is,
just making a comparison. Years and things changing. I'm just saying.
This is focused on race.
And it's a similar form of oppression.
Again, it's not. It's only oppression if you want it to be. Nobody was thinking about it 5 years prior. They've been the Redskins since 1932. You thinking that would mean all the black players that played for the Redskins would feel some type of way every time they put on a uniform. That wasn't the case.
What you think niggas making a big bag gonna go out here and complain about the name?
Bro,
you go out here and play for racist white dudes like Donald Sterling for years. Donald Sterling owned the Clippers for years and was racist. And as long as he cut them checks,
what makes it oppression? What makes it oppression?
What makes what oppression? What you mean? What I'm saying is, if something is founded in 1932, do you think that they had the ability to? You think the 1932 America cared about what Native Americans and black people thought about what they named a professional sports team? You think 1932 America? They didn't even care if you could vote.
Why they didn't do it in 92? Why they didn't do it in 2000?
They've been outraged about the name for decades.
All right, so
it wasn't they just finally changed it because public perception is different now. Everybody can pull out a camera, everybody can get online, everybody can mobilize some people to protest something. So that's the difference now. 1930s America, 1940s America, when my grandma and your grandma had to go to the back of the store. 1950s America, because it wasn't that long ago, so I'm gonna keep going. 1960s America, when they were still going to the back and ride on the back of the bus, all the way up until the mid 1960s, probably to the 70s. Then they had Jim Crow, and they were still lynching people in the 70s and 80s. You think niggas had time to go out here and march about the Redskins?
At the end of the day, we got time
for it. We should put up them Confederate monuments again then too, right?
Talking about 32.
Black Lives Matter was a fake organization, and we all are
Black lives don't matter, period. And
everybody lives matter. What you mean? It ain't just black lives, it's Chinese lives, white lives.
No, but black lives are.
What I'm saying is, I'm not even going to use the BLM movement, but
that's why they changed the name, bro.
Taking a pot off the stove.
This is my thing though. Something that's wrong or something that somebody else feels is a slur to them. It should have been changed forever ago. Who cares if it took 100 years? You see what I'm saying? There were bigger problems in America from 1932 that needed to be fixed. We couldn't vote. But like, you think they care what we thought about the Redskins?
I want the white people to start off things like white only dormitories and the white commanders. I want white people to put the word white in front of something that they doing and watch how the tables turn. Yo, this is crazy. Everything is all about racism. If we stop talking about racism, we can get away from this shit. Nobody knows.
You want to know what's the difference, though, Slim? The difference is systematic racism has always affected other demographics in here and not white people. If you ain't got a 70, 80-year-old team called the Cucamonga Cracker Killers, because they would have been to stomp that shit out in 1933. They'd have never let that shit happen. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. When you offended somebody else, you let it go on for 80 years because they got so much stuff that they got to change. You got to get rights. You got to stop hanging people. You got to get the KKK to stop burning crosses.
They still didn't stop hanging people. They still didn't stop lynching people.
We ain't have time to worry about the Redskins.
Let me ask
you,
4 in a week.
Give me one systematic racism thing that stops you from succeeding as a black man. Just one.
Systematic racism thing. I think King J was up here. Shout out King J. He can't be here right now. King J was up here and was telling us before how banks were denying people loan opportunities because of their background, and they knew they were doing it, and they got reprimanded for it. So that's one right there. Now you're gonna say, come up with another one, right? You don't like that one?
I'm gonna move on.
To that effect is the question.
I'm gonna move on because Nora said I missed this clip